It's go time, sis. It's go time. Do you want to be a speaker? Are you afraid to get up in front of people? What is that thing that's holding you back? Is it because you say, I talk too fast? Oh my God, my voice is too heavy. Oh my goodness, I have stage fright. I don't know how to present. I don't know how to open. I don't know how to close. I don't know how to engage people. I just don't know, but I want to do it. I'm tired of watching everybody else do it. Sis, it's go time. Let's go. Let's go. Listen, my name is Dr. Stephanie Wall, and I'm jumping on here right now to tell you what I just asked you. That was me. I'm telling you, even right now, I have to do things to make sure that I stay in line with who I'm trying to be, who I'm supposed to be. Sis, it's go time. Let's go. You want to be a speaker? All right, here's your tip. Get your pen, get your paper. Note takers are money makers. I'm not going to tell you about what I heard about. I'm not going to tell you about what I heard somebody else do. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. So get your pen, get your paper. Here's some quick steps. Jump in here, jump in here. It's go time, speakers. First thing I want you to do, I want you to decide, say out loud, because whatever you tell your subconscious mind, it goes to your conscious mind, and your conscious mind is what causes you to act. I'm going to say it one more time. Whatever you feed your subconscious mind, which is your unconscious mind, it feeds your conscious mind, and your conscious mind is what causes us to act. That's your psychology lesson for today. All right, sis, you made up your mind. You decided that you're going to speak. Your boss came in and said, hey, you're presenting to the team tomorrow. And you like, what? I am not a presenter. Yes, you are. Oh, my goodness. You have been advised by your church leader that you are going to give the word or step in at the women's conference and open up or MC. And you're like, what? Oh, my gosh, I'm afraid to stand in front of the congregation. I'm not a presenter. Yes, you are. Every one of us has the ability to stand up and speak. You can do it. The first thing you're going to do is say, I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. I can do anything. Whatever you program your mind to believe, your conscious mind acts on. So let's go, sis. Here's the first thing. If you are going to speak, if you're like me and you have to work on your pacing, the way you deliver the message, your pacing. I want you to practice that speech. Write down what you want to say. Write down the points that you want to make, because most often you should be talking about the things that you know about. And if you don't know about it, learn it, read up and find some information on it. And then I want you to practice it. Practice, practice, practice. And when you're practicing it, I want you to practice the music. I learned this from my mentor and coach, Trevor Otts. I learned that I needed to have music so that you are talking at the pace of the music. You are talking in cadence. Have you noticed that people in the military, when they're running, and I'm going to tell you, I know this is true because I actually went through an academy. I went through a police academy. And during that 6 months, we always had to run. And when we ran, we sang in cadence. Right? When we're singing in cadence, we're not focusing on how far we run, and we're actually it's causing us to breathe. It's causing us to take the deep breaths that we need to take. Breath in, breath out, which causes us to pause. So then we are speaking in unison. So when you take a chance to say things in cadence, when you're doing things in cadence, you are taking breaths, and that breath cause those pauses. So have you noticed that in church, when the pastor is preaching or somebody's giving a powerful speech, there's music playing, and the music adds to the feelings the emotions, it gives you the passion. It makes you feel what they're saying. It also helps them to speak at a certain pace. Yes, there's tips and tricks for all of this. All right, so there's the first one. The second one, if there is a podium or some type of structure in front of you, do not stand behind it the entire time. You can stand beside it. It shows confidence. If you stand behind it, don't grip it with your hands as if it's a death grip. The audience will become tense because they see that you are tense. If you come out there and you say, hey, this is my first time, I'm a little bit nervous, that's okay. The audience wants you to win. So they'll help you. They'll even lean in a little bit more because they see that you are not comfortable, but they want to help you feel comfortable. So be okay in your skin. Speak your truth. Now, lastly, final point. When you come out, wherever you are and you are presenting, get the audience to do something. Ask a question. How many of you here, this is your first time, how many of you here have been voluntold or were volunteered? Or how many of you say, what in the world are you getting ready to talk about? Raise your hand. Give them, or stand up. If they're at a conference and they've been sitting and listening to the presenter, and at the presenter, come out to some music if you are comfortable with that, or have them stand up and stretch, give each other a back rub. But we could do that before pre-COVID. But do something. Have them to do something. Use quotes, but more importantly, be you. Show up as yourself. If you are funny, be funny. If you're not funny, don't try to tell jokes, because it may not land well and you'll feel uncomfortable. Know your audience. Absolutely know your audience, you all. I know I'm giving you some extra bonus points here, but know your audience. Arrive early. Sit in the back of the room. Watch the speakers before you. See how the audience engages with them. Get some information beforehand, like what kind of people are going to be at this conference, so you know some of the verbiage. Ask them what's some of the words that are important. What is the goal of the event? What is the outcome, so that you know what you should be talking about. What's the ultimate goal? And lastly, this is really the last point. I know I said it was just be a couple points, but I'm giving you everything I got. Lastly, I want you to, when you arrive early, to kind of walk around and meet some people. Individuals like to hear their name. So if you met someone named Dr. Stephanie, then you say, I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Stephanie as I was walking around the event earlier, and she told me an amazing story about her family. Isn't family amazing? Dr. Stephanie, where are you? And you look for her out in the audience. Because see, you let them know that you are human just like they are, that you remember names. And see, Dr. Stephanie, the people in the audience probably know Dr. Stephanie. And so now they say, oh, you know my friend Dr. Stephanie? Oh, you spoke to Dr. Stephanie? And then it just gives you some credibility and it warms the room for you. So there you go. Those are the tips I'm going to have for you. But I want you to keep coming back, and I'll give you more tips on how you can show up as a speaker. Watch some of the speakers that you admire. Watch their YouTube channels. Watch them live and listen to how they speak. Pick up those things, but be yourself. Show up like yourself, because people know when you're not yourself. We got enough of that. So show up as the red crayon among all the black and gray crayons. Be the red crayon. Be amazing. This is Dr. Stephanie Wall. You're in the driver's seat. Let's go. Put it in drive.